Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Naya Depths. Last night we played and got crushed. We went 1-4, which is pretty tough. I don't usually go 1-4, and Naya Depths is a strong deck, so it was a pretty abysmal performance, and I couldn't sleep right, so I was like, we gotta go back and just try it out again. The only change here is that I've kind of just given up on combo from a Deafening Silence perspective, and picked up another Blast and a Path to Exile for the Delver matchup. I definitely expect to play against Delver a lot more than combo, and I think I'm happy to just say that against combo, if Blast isn't good enough or Endurance isn't good enough, then that's just that. I think I'd rather try to shore up that Delver matchup, and yeah, I think my sideboard definitely shows that. Yeah, it was a really rough league, but I'm pretty keen to come back and hopefully have a strong finish today. So nothing else really changed. The only other change was adding in Knight of Autumn to the main deck over Outland Liberator. I think the flexibility of Knight is just a little bit better. And if I did want Outland Liberator, I could put it in the board, but I'm pretty happy with the two forces in the Collector Oof. My plan against 8cast is kind of just to negate some of their early board presence with Force of Vigors and Collector Oof, and then use Tower the Magistrate to get through with the 2020. I really like the flexibility of really all of these cards. Tower also good against Death and Taxes and Stoneblade decks. And I don't want to play Seeds of Innocence because I think it's just a little bit too narrow for, especially for a Legacy League. There's going to be a lot of times where you just don't bring it in against anything. So quite nice to have these that are going to come in against multiple matchups. So I want to make sure that the 15 in my board is pretty flexible, and I think that this is a pretty flexible sideboard, which is nice. Hey Mark, welcome. But yeah, let's get in. Let's reset and yeah, hopefully do pretty well. Gameplay, Legacy League, nice. But yeah, Delver was tough last night. There were just some really aggressive starts, and Expressive Iteration is just a way to keep that damage rolling is pretty incredible. I mean, we kept a 7 knowing our opponent was on Delver with like double Prismatic Ending, Sword Splashes, 3 lands, and like a Mox. There might have even been a threat in there, like it's a really nice hand, and we just got annihilated. Like even though our removal didn't get countered, it didn't really matter. I think this hand is pretty okay. It does have 2 lands that don't actually tap for mana, but Maze Against Delver is pretty good. Having one piece of the combo is good. Having Library in hand is quite nice as well. Crop in case we need to like get a bog or something at instant speed. I'm pretty happy to keep this. Probably going to lead on Yav. Oh, it's actually our turn 1. Interesting. I like leading on Yav here because it allows us to just naturally draw into Thespian stage, and then our 3 lands is just Yavimaya, turn 2 Dark Depths, turn 3 stage. Also, just having crop up from the opening is quite nice. Street Wraith, okay. Potentially Death Shadow? Potentially Once Upon a Time. Wooded Foothills. Maybe like a Jund Madness deck? Volk. Okay. Very interesting. Well, they found an Anger. That's pretty interesting. Hollow one. Okay. Second Hollow one. Okay. This is definitely a spot where I'm happy to crop rotate away for Bojuka Bog. Because it takes care of the Anger, it takes care of the Vengevine. And then it doesn't give these haste, of course, which is pretty cool as well. And then slowly but surely we can go towards the combo. Thankfully this Maverick does keep 4 damage off the table, but this Bogger's black mana doesn't really do a whole lot here. Swords is pretty nice as well. There's definitely a world where I'd rather play Savannah here into Swords. Instead of the Maze. Especially because Maze doesn't really tap for mana unless we draw into another Yav. They also do similar things. They're both keeping 4 damage off the table. But at least this is actually building out my mana as well, which is cool. But cool deck. Yeah, I couldn't think of a deck that played those 5 cards either. And obviously this is not a deck that I'm too used to, so... Okay. They discarded a Badlands and Careful Study, so not too much there. Which is nice for us. But it looks like they just have more gas coming. Opponent most likely looking to discard some Vengevines and then cast another Root Waller. But they just don't really hit much. Windswept, interesting. I think here I'm happy to play the Library to dig, and then the Maze to keep some damage off the table. I could play the Dark Depths and then try to draw into either Crop Rotation or Deathspin Stage, but I think we're at an okay place. But this sort of deck is pretty aggressive and can have some pretty quick starts as well. Yeah, Ravage is pretty nuts. The card's very good. At least the Anger's gone. It is in exile, so it won't be able to get haste, which is good. Usually the deck only plays 1 Anger, I believe. It's also a trigger on attack, so Maze of It doesn't do anything to actually stop the discard draw. But they don't cast it. Interesting. They're just going to looting again, potentially? Attacks first. Mox is actually really nice. Okay. Well, now we have a 3/4 Reclaimer. I think we put on top and pay for this, but I just want to quickly look at the board. So we play Depths for turn. Or we play Windswept for turn, and then pitch the Depths to Moxen, which makes the Reclaimer a 3/4. And then the following turn we can get back Depths with Ramanap, which is kind of cool. And having a 3/4 body against a 3/3 is quite nice here, so I think that's the play. So currently 1 land in bin. And then, yeah, I think getting back... I think playing Reclaimer here is fine. I can actually play the Ramanap as well, which is quite nice. It's a pretty nice turn. Yeah, that's a pretty tough spot to come back from. Which is nice. I mean, a double Hollow One start was going to be pretty tough on the draw. Like, we were pretty lucky to have that crop rotation open, because it also stopped a Vengevine, which would have been 12 damage turn 1, which is pretty insane. This is always a pretty interesting match. The only things I like are Path and Tab. I don't think there's a world where I want to like attack Hollow Ones with Force of Vigor, but it's definitely an interesting card. But yeah, I think I'd rather just take out things like Safekeeper and potentially, I'm not sure if they're playing Hogak, so I think I will keep Karakas in. But I really just want to be as fast as possible, so it might even be something like the 2 libraries that I take out and just keep 1 library. Actually, the endurances are quite good. Let's be honest. So libraries are out. Knight of Autumn I don't mind, because it can kill a Hollow One and then block something like a creature. Tower is definitely interesting, but I don't think I need to have Tower. Yeah, I think that is so aggressive that it's hard to actually gain some amount of advantage from library. It could just be a step. I think it might just be a step. Let's have a quick look. I actually don't mind going down on a red land and most likely a plateau. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty strong hand. We have access to a turn 1 Reclaimer with Flagstones the following turn. We have Crop and Swords if needed. We can also like Swords and Reclaimer turn 1, or Swords hold up Crop. A few pretty good options. What I don't want to see is a Burning Inquiry. Opponent goes to 6. Okay. Yeah, the red is just for some of the blue decks. Even things like Show and Tell, some of the sort of blue-white X control decks. Wasteland. Interesting. I could go after their mana, but I don't think that's correct. I think it's better to probably here hold up Crop and Swords. But at the same time, if I'm holding up the Crop, like, what am I really swordsing other than Hollow One? Like, am I really swordsing a Root Waller? I think we're definitely getting rid of a Wasteland with the Mox. I think that's a pretty easy one. Hey, Mining Man. This looks to be like a 4-colorish Madness deck. We've seen black, red, blue, green. I actually don't just mind playing Reclaimer here. And then holding up Swords. Okay. But no discard. Interesting. I don't mind hitting the Putrid Imp here to see what they discard, and then we know if we have to bog or not. Maze. I think we just go for the combo. I think we just hold up Reclaimer and Crop here. And then if we really need to, we also have Crop into Bog or Reclaim into Bog. Also having Tabernacle in the deck makes this a lot easier. Cycle, okay. Yeah. I feel like they're just not really hitting the power level they need to be hitting. We'll definitely get Savannah. And then I kind of want to get another Flagstones. And then sack that to Crop Rotation. To then have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, enough mana next turn just to hold up Thespian Stage. So we get Savannah here. And then we get Stage. And now we have 4 mana plus Stage, which is 2 for Reclaimer to find Dark Depths and 2 to activate to actually get the 2020. A land here is pretty perfect. Because it allows us to, in case they play like a Karakas or a Wasteland or something, we can initiate by Wastelanding that land and then going off. So I think at 20 life we're pretty set here. Our opponent could have Run Afoul. So if they don't tap off green here, we can at least Wasteland that and then go off. Okay, yeah. Pretty tough, but thankfully this setup is really nice because if they have Run Afoul, we can just Wasteland the green source, change phase, and then 2 mana to go and get Dark Depths, 2 mana for Thespian Stage to copy, get the 2020 attack. Nice. Always nice to start the league with a win. But yeah, unfortunately the opponent there just didn't really have a quick start, and you really need like a fast start to beat Depths because it seems like a pretty terrible matchup for them. Just having to deal 20 before we have to deal kind of like, I guess 20 but in one shot. Seems like a nice hand. Turn 1 Library, we have the combo. We have a Green Suns for a threat. Depending on what they're on as well, there's a world where the Maze is probably going to be dropped to the Mox Diamond. Okay. Interesting. All right. Looks like we're up against the mirror. Karakas. I think this is going to be a match where, like, we're not going to win through the 2020. So I'm pretty happy to drop the Depths here. Play Stage. Play Library. It's definitely up for debate whether a turn 1 Reclaimer or a turn 1 Library is better in the mirror. I think a Library, if they can't answer it straight away with like a Prismatic Ending or a Natural Night of Autumn. But it's going to be close. All right. Put this on top, but I'll pay for this. Play knight. Interesting. Missing a land drop. That's a great pull. I am going to pay for this. Play a land. Zenith to shuffle away the Safekeeper and also get my own Elvish Reclaimer. And then Swords this Reclaimer. If they have a crop into step, it's not the worst, but I'll definitely wait for them to activate the Reclaimer. Okay. This is fine. Still just holding up the Reclaimer. Hey Stompo, Yori on Depth seems pretty interesting. I will pay for this. I think you ought to hold up Reclaimer and Endurance. They get stage. Knight's gonna be okay. I could just try to go for it here. They've already used one crop. The land from this comes in tapped. Yeah, this is an interesting spot. They have 3 cards in hand. How did opponent keep the Reclaimer after Swords? They crop rotated for Sajiri Step and then gave the Reclaimer protection from white. I think I will go for it here because worst case is we gain 20 life and we have the library in play. Yeah, I think our opponent has to have a pretty specific amount of cards to to get this. Okay, they have crop for Karakas. That's fair. Sure. I think people switched from green-black to green-white when black kind of got pushed out of the format, and white gave you things like Knight, Prismatic Ending, Swords. I think probably Prismatic Ending was a big card that actually pushed people across. I think here I'm actually just going to... they're probably getting Ramen up here. Well, I suspect they're getting Ramen up. They could try to waste this out. I could try to like endurance here to take out this. I don't mind that. They will do it next turn, but we have an out to actually draw into a Swords to Plowshares or a Prismatic Ending. Ugh. Jeez, now they can replay Bog. Yeah, it's really good. Tough. And there's Sword. I'll see what they get first. They get another Wasteland. Yeah, I think here I just have to take out the Ramnap over anything else. Hey Sway, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. They could wasteland themselves. It's 5. Unless they have, do they have crop? No, they don't have crop. Yeah. That is gonna be lethal. Tough. We had the library, but just not enough removal. Or at least for the removal we had, they had the crop rotations just there. I like the endurances. I like the force. Maybe not both though. The Moxen are great. Safekeeper I can see coming out. Dark Depths I can drop. It's actually a tough one. Hey Dizzy, too kind. I could see myself going down on a Moxen. Maybe the Force just isn't needed when we have Prismatic Endings and Night of Autumn to answer Sylvan Library. Yeah. Yeah, the mirrors do go pretty long, but something like a turn 1 library is just so strong that I really enjoy it. A little bit like the lands matchup. But I could definitely see a case of where this is a grindy matchup and the Moxen just aren't that great, but I do definitely value them, at least with like how I like to play the mirror. No. Okay. 61 is intentional. I think in a deck with this many tutors, there's not that much difference between 60 and 61, especially for leagues which aren't as competitive as say showcases or challenges. Getting dried up here allows me to play Reclaim in next turn, but also hold up Crop, which is kind of cool. There's a world where I'm supposed to play Reclaimer there. Definitely an awkward hand. Yeah. Just not a... I'm not going to enjoy that game, so I am just going to cut it there. But yeah, definitely a mull that wasn't great. The Bojuka Bog's really awkward there as a mana source. Tough. If I draw like a green source there, I could endurance myself to put the Dryad Arbor back in the deck and then just like go up that way, but yeah. Nice. Nice stomp. I'll have a look at it after the league at some point. On the play, which is nice. And we have a pretty cool hand. Turn 1 we can accelerate, and then turn 2 library and hold up crop. Yeah, sadly that game was kind of over before it began. Which is always tough. The mirror is really fun, but those sort of starts can definitely take away that pretty quickly. Hey, Mr. Press. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Great Furnace. Interesting. I probably just want to crop here. Oh, I mean, there's a world where I should have played the stage, and then we just have the combo online next turn. I guess we do have the combo online next turn anyway. I guess taking them off the furnace isn't great because they can just get it back with the welder. So I might just hold up Bojuka Bog in case they have some like really big tricks. Jeez. Okay. That could be like a junk deck, but I'd probably say that no. I think because then you're trying to do probably too many things at once, because in a Depths deck you really want to have access to things like Hexmage or things like Knight. You could play like I would say the closest thing is like green-white Maverick with a Stoneblade, a Stoneforge package that plays like 1 stage and 1 Depths. I think here I'm actually happy to try to take them off the tomb here. I should have actually played around Pyroblast here, like on the depths. Yeah, so that was definitely incorrect. Yeah, we should have definitely made the 2020. Sorry, I was building green, white Maverick in my head. Oh no. Yep. You don't even have to show it. Yikes. Yeah, that was just a big mistake by me. Oof. The blasts are interesting. I'm not sure if they're worth it though. Maze, Karakas. No, that's definitely on me. I should have been paying more attention to the board. I do like Path. I do like Endurance as well, as it actually breaks up the combo. The libraries I can see dropping as well. Maybe one more library. Yeah. You could run Field, but I'm not a big fan of Field in this type of shell because you don't get to 7 mana. Once you get to like 4 or 5 mana, you're then churning one land for one land. You'd have to build the deck entirely differently, especially with the mana base, to be able to run Field. Yikes. Yeah, blasts are interesting, but they can definitely change it up if they predict that you're running some amount of blasts. Hey Echo, welcome. Okay. Forest. I could keep the Green Suns for Collector Oof, but I think at this stage I'm pretty happy with this Swords to just try to get the combo online. I did 61, yeah. I think 61 is pretty good with, jeez. With a tutorable deck. Well, that's pretty nice. Start with this. Okay, that's fine. Do you think the Urza Saga version is better or worse? It's definitely tough. Being a big wasteland target is pretty brutal. I do like that the non-saga builds have a better mana base. That's pretty funny. It's just going to be hopefully Path on Magus here, and then we get the 2020. Damn. Now it's tricky. I guess they need 3 mana to activate, so they can't, like... I guess if they have, like, Simian Spirit Guide and Pyroblast in hand, then they can, but... We're just going for Magus here and just trying to win the game rather than not lose. Come on. Like, come on. Play the pedal out. This doesn't tap for mana. They obviously have a 4-drop in hand, but thankfully they just can't cast it at the moment. Lol. Magic. But hey, a huge thank you to the new followers of the channel. I really admire that. Thank you very much. What's the best draw here? I think Green Suns. Green Suns allows me to get either Endurance... probably just... I think it is Green Suns. It could be Sword. It's probably Swords to Plowshares. Like, Force doesn't do anything here, because I need a green card as well. Yeah. Tough. Yikes. Tough. Those are the brutal games to play. So I'm very happy to have you, chat, because you're going to just keep my spirits up. We got this. All it took was 5 blasts, yeah. Hey Min, very cool to see you. Yeah, blasts are interesting. It's on the edge, in my opinion, as one of those cards where it kind of gives your opponent the power to either make them good or not, which is tough. I mean, yeah, like flooding is going to affect non-blue decks because you just don't have ways to filter what you draw outside of like Sylvan Library. But I don't think the deck plays like too many lands. I think it's actually been pretty cool to see a lot of players stick around the 28, 29 lands. Like, I'm probably playing one more land, and that's just because Maze of Ith is not considered a land. It should be considered a removal spell. I guess it's 0.5 because of Yavimaya, but yeah. Oh, the actual flooding. The actual flooding in Australia, not the mana flood. No, thankfully not. Thankfully been pretty good. Is this Eli? I think it is. Pretty happy to keep. We have 2 ways to deal with like Term on Lackey, which is cool. But always a tough one. Port Vile. Okay. Ending is a fantastic draw here. I don't think I could have asked for a better draw. There is a world where it's actually better to go for green suns there and build up my mana. I actually think that is correct, to get to 3 mana as soon as possible. Because then even like 1 port from my opponent means I can draw into a land and still cast a 3-drop. Lucky. Yeah. And I think that might just cost me. Yeah. I guess the Mox means that we would have just been stuck on, I guess, 3 mana. But still, like Knight there is a 3/3 is pretty strong. I think we'll see Wasteland this turn while I'm tapped out. Or else one of the Reclaimers can just eat the target for the Wasteland. They can't currently cast Munitions Expert because of their mana, which is quite nice. And there is a world where they just need to get to 4 mana for something like Ringleader, or like have both Munitions Expert and also Port open. It's just that in this case because, yeah. Like, you could leave the mana open for Port, but me, I can actually do stuff at instant speed. I don't think I use this here, because there is a world where we then use this on a Reclaimer, and then they deal with this Reclaimer. I guess it would be a 3/4, but like Land Munitions Expert does deal with it, so I think I just actually let this go. Hopefully draw into a land here. I don't, but that's fine. Happy just to do the same thing here. Nice. That's pretty huge as well because it's land number 3. Definitely fetch. I think here I'm just going to get the Plateau, because I think it's probably the worst land to draw. I think it's a little bit greedy to get Wasteland here. I think I'd rather get Flagstones. But there is a world where it's better to try to like Wasteland them out. I think Mox into Maze here is just the best play. 2020 does nothing here because I don't have a land to sack to the night. They found Muxus and Trashmaster. There's my land. So now they need Wasteland. They've already used 2, but they find it. It's actually pretty tough because they're at Muxus next turn anyway. I don't think Knight plays a role here. We can't even cast it. Yeah. I don't think we beat Muxus. I like the tab. I like the path. I think Moxen can come out here. I don't mind Force. I don't mind Oof. I don't mind Endurance either. I think the libraries can come down. But yeah, I think that game comes down to me not going for Dried Arbor turn 1. It's a whole different game. I think it's just Bog. I could go for the Liege before Wasteland. I think I was just scared of tapping the Knight. Yeah. But to be fair, they probably didn't have enough mana there, so yeah. I think I threw that game at multiple stages. No white mana, which is a little bit rough. I guess we do have ways to find it with Reclaimer, which is cool. Jeez. Maze does nothing with the port, so we just have to go for another Reclaimer here. Yeah. Definitely already feel like on the back foot. Not too much to do here. Thankfully I can get both basics from this flagstones. Oh no, I can't. Forest. Comes in untapped, which is kind of cool. The question is Green Suns for Collector Oof or probably Night of Autumn. I can get a white source if I hold up Reclaimer here, but is that good enough? I think Oof is fine here. I don't think I have the luxury of green something for 3 because I want to have the mana up for Reclaimer. Hey Haas, thanks for the follow. I can only assume there's a Muxus coming. Hmm. Did we take out Safekeeper? We did. I can go here for 5, act like I have Questing Beast, but it's obviously going to be Night of Autumn, which they can just respond to anyway. Like, I assume here we see Creator Maker hit the oof, and then activate. Oh, did I have Crop open last? No, I didn't. No. Step does nothing because of Magus. Yeah. 2 types of colors as well. Hey, Jube. I think I just want another knight here. I could just go for endurance as well. Like, endurance is a threat that gets through like a relic of Progenitor just off the top. I think it's good to diversify my threats a little bit. Stupid game. Ugh. I don't mind a Mox Diamond. No. Nothing here really screams, like, value. It might just be an endurance as a 3/4 body. This is an odd hand. Like, Maze is my answer to turn 1 Lackey. Like, that's the main thing. Like, does this answer turn 1 Lackey? But Maze is answered by both Port and also Wasteland. I think there's a better 6. Something with, like, a Swords to Plowshares or a Prismatic ending. Okay. Not the greatest keep, but it's okay. Definitely keeping Flagstones, Swords. I think Depths can probably be bottom tier, and just keep the Tabernacle. Okay. Well, here I'm pretty happy just to go for basic forest and then green suns for... I was going to say green suns for Dried Arbor, but... yeah, I think I just rushed that. I think what I should have done is Flagstones pass, hold up swords, and then next turn fetch, and then green suns for a elf. But getting 3 mana for next turn is pretty spice, so I don't mind that. Hey Chris, welcome. Okay, this is fine. This is where like these two cards can be really awkward because it's kind of like a 5 now. Yes. Now we're in a pretty nice spot because I could just Plains Swords this, get my 20/20. Okay. Maybe? Is that it? Oh my gosh. I don't think I want to use this. Okay. That's fine. I think because like in this spot, if I allow this tap to happen and draw a colored mana, I can then play the Ramanap. But if I use this, there's not much I'm doing with like 1 or 2 mana anyway, so I might as well just let this slide and then hopefully draw into a green source. No. Yeah, I think next turn I'll get the Wasteland, but there's a world where if they play Wasteland themselves, I want to get another green source. I guess I can with the Flagstones anyway. Grenzo. Okay. Probably just getting back Dried Arbor here. It's gonna let this slide up being at 19. Jeez. Yeah, I think Tab's pretty good. I think here I'm just happy to take out these two. Probably take them off black here. No great attacks. Hey XJ, welcome. Hope you're well. They hit a stage. Oof. That was a interesting game. Ugh. So much Magus tonight. That crop rotation was the Karakas was filthy. Sweet hand. Sweet hand. Turn 1 library is always nice. Second step to keep in hand. Does make crop a little less flexible, but hopefully okay. But yeah, it's been a real grind fest tonight. Not just because we played against Grindstone. Hey John, how are you enjoying, is it standard that you're playing? I saw you 5-0'd with a white weenie list, which is very cool. Ugh. There's always that world of like maybe holding up crop is better. But I think like if you can turn on library, I'm going to turn on library like 99% of the time. The 1% being if I know my opponent is on like reanimator. Oh, just a pass? Okay. Lotus Petal Brainstorm and then Basic Swamp makes me think this is either Ant or Tess. I guess it could be Doomsday. Yeah. Nothing? Oh, they're Brainstorm locked? Okay. Put 2 back and then draw 1 for turn. Okay. Nice. Just gonna do this in upkeep. Nice. Really? They just got a Doomsday? They actually like showed me literally what they're on? Come on now. Surely you can hide that. Look, I'm just paying for these. There's no way I'm not. Oh my gosh. Alright. That's fair. Don't concede till you're dead. I get it. I definitely get it. Doomsday. Doomsday. Blast effects are relevant. Endurance is relevant. Choke isn't too bad. I don't mind Choke. Prismatic Endings out. Safekeeper. Maze of Ith. It's interesting to see what build they're on. I think we can take out the Mox Diamonds, but Moxen are nice because they just allow us to be a little bit faster as well. The Knights I can drop down. Knight of Autumn I can most likely drop. Ramanap I can drop. Libraries I can probably drop down to 1 as well. There's a world where like Oof is just a nice 2-drop to have. I think this is just going to be it. Like, still have the swords for things like Murktide if they are on a Murktide version. Alright. Yeah, beating Doomsday with Endurance is quite nice. Beating Doomsday with blast effects when they don't see the red in game 1, really nice. Their list is 2 Thasses. Yeah, I think it's safe to expect a 2 Thassa builds. Yeah, Doomsday is tough because it's quite hard to beat from a fair deck perspective. Your combo hate doesn't really line up. Like, Deafening Silence doesn't really do a lot. I think if anything, if you really want to target Doomsday, like Spirit of the Lab isn't too bad from like a white hate bear perspective. Endurance is obviously pretty good, and blast effects are going to do the job as well, which is nice. Mind Sense is pretty nice if you can get it into play before they Doomsday, but usually it's just too slow, unfortunately. Alright, I'm actually busting, so I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, team. What do we think? Double Endurance hand? I think we just go with it, right? And just hope. Just hope. There we go. Thank you, Panda. Too kind. Oh, just a polluted Delta Pass. Alright, Green Suns, one time. One time, Green Suns. Close. Badlands. I did not expect Badlands. Badlands in Doomsday. Maybe I'm just a bit too old. Bayou and what? Is this the same deck? Rider Flame. Okay. LED. Did they just cut Doomsday to like put me off? What is this? They can't tap this yet. Burning Wish. Are they just going to try to like empty me? Or are they going to go for Echo? No, because I already sacked the LED. It has to be empty, yeah, okay. We didn't bring in Tab. Double Swords. Double Swords doesn't do it. I mean, if we draw Crop Rotation, we have the combo next turn. Come on, Crop. Come on, Crop. Oh, so close. I guess we still have the out of, like, Endurance, and then Swords our own 2020 to gain some life. Choke looking pretty abysmal here as well. Let's be honest. Oh, I don't have the mana. I can't. I guess, yeah, no, I actually can. If I draw exactly Dark Depths here, I can Swords my own 2020. No, but I draw a Green Suns. Oh, so close. Like, we could even, like, Green Suns for Night of Autumn, which we kept in and out of the deck. Okay. Pivot. Pivot. We can double block and Swords my own creature, but that isn't good enough either. Oh, could also, yeah, evoke Endurance off the choke. And then Swords my own Endurance. So we're at 5. Green for Arbor. 8. 6. 5. 4. I think we're one short. Because we're at 2 life, so we have to block 7. So we block 1, so 6. 5 is blocked by, yeah. We might as well try, but I don't think it works out. Oh, is there a world where like Knight can? No. I'm thinking of like Wasteland myself, but that also puts me in a pretty bad position. I don't have enough mana to be able to Wasteland myself and Swords. Quick look. Because, yeah, we block 1, block 2. We're taking 6, we're gaining 3, so we go to 5. It doesn't work out. Tough. I think in that case I will just bring in the tab. And probably take out a step. That's probably it. Yeah. Who knew? Who knew? Not me. Not me. If they're back on Doomsday, they're back on Doomsday, but I still want to have the I think it's just incorrect to not have the Tabernacle, because they will have Burning Wish, so they can definitely go for empty if they feel like the coast is clear. Why is Plow? Plow is probably better not in Library. I just put them on the Murktide version of Doomsday and just didn't sideboard then, so we'll play this out like it is. I'm pretty happy to keep this. Mox into Turmoil Library is pretty cool. Opponent Malta 6. Yeah, like I definitely don't think there's Murktides in their post board now, but I just didn't even consider sideboarding. Turn 1 Brainstorm usually means they're like one piece away from just going off. If I draw a land off this library, I probably just want to Green Suns for Collector Oof more than go for no, it actually turns off our own Moxen, which is tough. Guess we'll see what lands we hit. If we hit 2 lands, we don't really care about the Moxen, because then we can just start casting 3 drops turn 3 anyway. I feel like the Moxen has kind of done its role in just allowing us to cast a turn 1 library. Hey Phil, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think for the 4, like these 4, maybe even like 1 Force, 1 Knight is just better than the 4 Plows. Hey Boat, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well as well. Good to see you in chat, Phil. Big fan. You watch all my YouTube videos? Nice. Well, that is a great segue to my YouTube channel, where you can find more content and enjoy it. And all my streams have deck lists and timestamps in the video descriptions. All right. Bauble. Interesting. Is this just Echo left? Yeah. The only mistake here my opponent can make is Bauble first, and then we can Endurance in response to get rid of the Echo, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Sure. Still get an Endurance here, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, at the start of the league, we did say that we were going to sort of fold for Storm by taking out the Deafening Silencers to add a few more cards for Delver. So I definitely just need to take these kind of losses on the chin. All right. Unfortunately, here we can't play around days, and we don't have a second endurance to play around like a pact either. But if we get a turn, we hopefully get to find a green card off library. We get to Mox, pitching the stage, play the Taiga, and then float 4 mana. 3 for Green Suns for Oof, and then 1 to crop away for Wasteland on the Underground Sea. Hey Kev, thanks for the raid. Too kind. What did you just stream? And how did you go? Yeah, it's definitely a multitude of options here. My opponent's pretty much playing Solitaire, but if we get a turn, we at least have a plan, which is nice. Huh. Interesting. Oh, we do get a turn. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. I think our plan is just the best one. There's that green card. And another endurance and another green card? Okay. Cast Mox. Pitch. Play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green Suns for, sorry. Green Suns for 2. Collect Oof. Crop away Flagstones. Savannah. Wasteland. I mean, there's a world where we shouldn't get Savannah because it is a plains, but like this is a phenomenal position. We have collect Oof, we have double endurance as well. Unless they can actually like storm off, it's going to be pretty tough for them. Pyroblast is really nice. Especially for a bounce effect if they have one. Choke. Put on top, put on top. I don't mind Green Suns here. I think I'm okay for a turn to not have double endurance backup when I have the Pyroblast as well. This also allows me the following turn just to hard cast an endurance, which is nice. But I'm not too scared of Oracle here. We have a lot of interaction, which is cool. I think, like, we can Green Sun Teeg, because I don't think my opponent can go off next turn. I think it's the following turn they have to go off. And it does increase the clock to a 2-turn clock from here, because if they want to fetch, they have to go to 6. But I guess we'll see. If I didn't have the Pyroblast, I definitely wouldn't try it, Arbor. Bayou. What's this? Manamorphose. Okay. They have one card left. Chat, what's the play here? If they go for, they're obviously casting Oracle here, but are we casting Pyroblast on the Oracle on the stack and then holding up Endurance? Huh. Is this Pyroblastable? They have one blue floating? Or is this a bait? Why do they want to return the Chrome Mox? I don't want to blast it for the sake of blasting it. I'm trying to think of why would they want to. They're trying to get extra Storm? Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that permanent's controller may sacrifice a land. If the player does, they may play new copy. Okay, interesting. Well, I think we can hit the copy then. Oh, they had another Chain of Vapor? Okay. At least this allows us to play endurance, like double endurance now. So actually not too bad. Unless they have like rituals into empty, that's a little bit scary because the knight alone isn't going to be enough. Like if they go for empty, it's probably play knight and then hold up endurance, evoke to swords to stay alive, and then go for tabernacle the following turn. Yeah, no cards in their current deck. LED? Okay. They have 0 cards in hand, but they have an Echo? Yikes. if I endurance them, they just draw the cards in their library. Because this puts cards at the bottom of their library. I don't think there's actually really any reason to do anything here. Hopefully just draw some blasts. Haha! And thankfully we do. And we have endurance with a green card, so pretty phenomenal draw there. Oh, just a pass? Okay. Another Mox is kind of cool. So next turn we have a fair amount of mana. The question is, do I want to get 8? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just put the Mox on top. Play the fetch land to shuffle, and then just pass. I could play Knight, but I think here I want to have open Endurance Hardcast, Pyroblast, Endurance Altcast. So I do get to attack here, because Endurance is 3 and then 2 Pyroblasts. Metamorphose. Sure. Oracle. Blast. Okay. I will put them down to 1 here, but I won't put the Oracle back in the deck. There is a world where I keep that and just attack for 1 next turn, put them to 4, because then Endurance is just lethal again. It's like, maybe that's a bit of a loose play, but I think we're in a really good position. We also have access to Wasteland next turn. Yeah. Really tough spot for them. And yeah, thankfully we crawl back to a 3-2, which is kind of nice, but yeah. Deck felt good. I think it's probably worth having Deafening Silence back in the board. I just love having like the full 4 blasts. I think that's really nice. There's been a lot of games where I've played the 3 and just haven't seen them, which is pretty tough, but pretty happy to get there. Hey MTG, thanks for the follow. It's probably between like the chokes. It's probably the chokes that I think there's the most play around with, but play 5 blasts. I'm not Strat steady level, unfortunately, but I do like the 4. I think there's room for like maybe just cutting the chokes and playing Deafening Silence to have like a little bit more game against combo decks, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with the deck. We did also get a treasure, so we'll open this, see what we get. Knight Exemplar. Nice. But yeah. Stompo, if you want to send me that list in like Twitch chat, that'd be cool. So I might just accidentally lose it in actual chat. And I have lost it. I think just because it's been too long. But a huge thank you to you guys for coming in. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Obviously a 3-2 is pretty mediocre, but yeah, looking to get back into it. I have Eternal Masters coming up, which is cool, which is a tournament in Melbourne. Eternal Weekend, I should call it. Which is pretty sweet. It is a vintage, legacy, 7-point Highlander and modern event over a long weekend. And that's coming up in June. So I think I'll be playing this for the event. So just trying to make some tweaks. Obviously a local event is a little bit different to an online event with the metagame, but I think it'll be pretty similar to this. So that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, if you're Australian and do like Eternal Magic, definitely check out Eternal Weekend. I believe it's being played in Ringwood at Games Portal on the June Queen's birthday long weekend, which is the June 10th, 11th and 12th. It might actually be the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, because I think the Pauper and Legacy events, the Pauper and Vintage, sorry, is taking place on the Friday. So definitely check that out. I'm going to see who else is streaming and send you guys over there. But a huge thank you for the new followers. And I believe it's actually Caleb's birthday, which is very cool. So I'm going to send you guys there. But until then, enjoy, have a nice weekend, and yeah, definitely consider subscribing to me on Twitch and YouTube for further content. All right, cheers.